Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Mr. O.
and me, Banshee. Welcome to the show. Now, I'll have to excuse old people like ourselves and me. I apparently didn't write down your reading, Sunshine, but I did remember that we were supposed to do a birthday reading for someone tonight. So that's going to be you. Mr. Maurice, I already wrote you down for Sunday if that's okay for your birthday reading. But you asked a question tonight, and we'll be happy to answer that for you, during the show. And so my apologies. I did remember there was someone.
And Mr. Maurice, if you had previously mentioned your birthday, but I know it's been a while, we just forgot.
Yeah.
We didn't write it down, so we're sorry about that. I hope you had a good birthday, though.
Yes, I absolutely hope you had a great birthday. I am so into birthdays and celebrating. Mr. O knows that. He gets tired of that. Rightfully so. Hey, why don't you show the collective deck we'll be using for tonight, the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Lynn. Thank you, sir. All right. Okay.
Okay, great.
That's great. And you know what? If you wouldn't have been able to make it, we could still do it for you, and, it would be there for you.
You'll just know it's there, right?
It's always after we do the card for the collective. All right. We don't do birthday readings at our happy hour show because, well, that's only an hour show. So, and it's dedicated to making everybody happy.
Ah, okay.
Oh, you should. You should always celebrate. I just look for any reason to celebrate, but, birthdays are special to me. All right. No reversals with this.
Bear Spirit.
Bear Spirit, which is about healing.
That's number 4.
Yep, I'm just about there. They're alphabetical too, so. Bear Spirit, healing. You can sense the presence of the bear even before you see him. You turn slowly and look deep into his eyes as a long lineage of healers, invisible yet real, step out from beyond the trees and surround you both. When you reach out and touch his thick fur, you feel healing energy instantly surge through you. This card will appear to let you know that healing on all levels is occurring, and it can come in many forms. Be ready to accept it. Know as well that you are a healing force for others. You may not even be aware that you are a conduit for healing energy. But when others thank you, simply say you're welcome, even if you don't know how it happened. In many native traditions, Bear Spirit is thought to be aligned with humans as he can walk upright like a human. He represents the healer and good medicine. He also bestows healing power to those worthy. You indeed are worthy. Bear Spirit energy can also represent grounding, strength, and confidence. It activates a stable foundation to face whatever challenges appear in your life. The spirit of the bear says, you're a healer and a channel for the life force of the universe. You are strong and grounded. Healing is unfolding or a situation will be resolved. Have faith that all is well. And I think that's the important part of the message collectively here. Yes, this could mean physical healing is taking place, but it could also mean that that other healings in your life are taking place. Maybe friendship rifts are being mended. Maybe, your financial situation is being healed. There's a lot of ways that this card can apply. And when I think of bear, and I see there's a nice woman on there too, I think of the bear in the Lenormand, which stands for self-empowerment, feminine energy and power, which can be also attributed to healing kind of energy, and financial well-being as well, and stability. So consider that. And do you have anything to add to bear?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, that's what we have for the collective today.
So bear with me on that.
Bear with Mr. O.
And
I try.
We are doing the birthday spread, the birthday gift spread for Sunshine. There's a picture right there on the screen.
Would you like me to pick a deck?
No, I have a deck.
Okay. Alrighty. All right, so let me get the list out there while you do that. Well, sorry. I'm pretty happy in April. I'm pretty happy I ended up as an Aries because, it really wasn't supposed to happen that way.
You wouldn't be you, Aries, if you weren't an Aries. You would be something else.
That's true.
All right, so the birthday gift spread for Sunshine. Card 1.
Card 1 is the gift that Sunshine received last year that she can use to make the most out of this year.
And it's the Three of Pentacles, and it's upright, it has the code word on this one, works.
Well, perhaps you've realized the value of working with others, and finding people that you are compatible to work with, people who are on the right page with you, people who support each other, equally, and think about, the greater good of something, not just personal gain.
Right, even if this didn't happen in actuality, the concept of it is what you learn mostly, the idea that collaborative works, perhaps led by someone who knows how to lead, whether that's yourself or someone else, can really express the point of it very well. When people work together, it's kind of like a gestalt, or the sum being greater than the individual parts. And so this is what you realize from last year, perhaps, is that your greatest projects or your greatest efforts are when you follow a plan and when you're collaborative. I know I spent a lot of time with that.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was actually looking at Aries thing. And just going to say about that, Aries, as a Michigander, I get that. But, I just happen to like that time of year. I don't know.
Card 2.
Card 2. The gift of the present moment, Sunshine.
And it's the upright Six of Swords, and it says radical change on it. That's the key words.
Well, it may be radical, but it's a change. What?
I'll get the booklet.
I don't care. It's how I interpret it. And so I think here the Six of Swords is definitely about a change of pace, a change of scenery, maybe even a change that brings more peace and calm into your life. And so if it hasn't happened yet, it's likely to start occurring soon. And Mercury just is going direct tonight, and so I think that a lot of things are going to start calming down a little bit now. So the gift of the present moment is more peace of mind, more tranquility, and putting yourself in a better place.
Well, the gift of the mind is a radical change, a change that can take you there, but it's not necessarily for sure with that in my interpretation. You are moving to somewhere else. The traditional tarot does say moving to a less troubling site, or less troubling circumstances. But the idea that it took radical change for that to get you away from something that was really troubling. At any rate, this is the present moment, that realization that you need or you want or you desire radical change because you feel, this will help you really make those kind of changes to take you to where you really need to go.
Hey, Kara, I got you and your question. Thank you.
All right, card 3.
The gift from your connections with others in the next year.
The Hierophant,
Oh.
who is also upright.
It's very interesting.
I know.
Trying to figure that out with your connections with others. Either making more connections on the job if you work, kind of formalizing some of these connections of yours, it's a card sometimes of marriage even, where when dealing with others is concerned, but it could be some type of Sonny, just settle in a place, some formal type of situation. Maybe this is involving some groups or organizations that you will join, perhaps even some that are religiously focused, because of course that could be part of the card as well.
Can you
Correct?
explain the meaning again?
I got it for you.
Um,
Keep it there because he's
Well, I'm drawn to those keys there. They don't look like, ancient keys. They look like modern keys of a sort. And I'm wondering if this is saying that the gift of your connection with others is that you open doors, or that in that process of collaboration, doors can be open, and some of these doors open you to the places where you maybe are enacting on those other things, trying to find the way to radically change your life. But I think just being the key or door opener is that thing you do in your role with others, that maybe what the first card said about being able to lead collaboration. It's sort of reinforcing that idea. Even if it doesn't happen in physical reality, metaphorically, I think it could be talking about a lot of other things as well.
Well, go ahead. Card 4. Card 4 is the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on your dreams and goals.
And it's Judgment reversed.
Okay, that's all right. I think here, what's going to help you work on your dreams and goals is to minimize the negative speak inside and ignore the criticism or, advice of others. Some people may mean well, but, sometimes they can make you feel like you're not ready to move forward with your dreams and goals. They can discourage you rather than encourage you. And sometimes we do it to ourselves, obviously, by negative speak. We're not good enough. It's going to be a disaster, even before we try. So I think here what would really help this year in you working on your dreams and goals is to not allow, these judgments to stop you.
I like that. That's pretty much what I would like to say there too. And when I look at some of these cards, they do seem about how you either collaborate or how you intermesh with others, and whether that's a reality in your life or not. Like you have co-workers or friends that add to that kind of mix for you. I like this idea that maybe you don't let others' judgments necessarily stop you from doing something. That you may realize such judgments spell certain doom from those interpretations there. You're not willing to buy into that, not at least without having more to go from. And I think it reflects back to the Hierophant, that you feel you have that process down in terms of how you discern what you can really get from others and work with others.
Yeah.
Card 5.
All right.
The gift from your spirit guides or ancestors. What do they want you to know? And it's the Queen of Wands. There she is with her black cat.
Your spirit guides and ancestors believe in you. They believe you can attract, opportunity to you. You can attract good things to you. You can attract good people to you. They really want you to feel your power this year. They want you to feel empowered and courageously go after those goals of yours.
Hi, Country Love.
Hey, Country Love.
Hi, Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
We'll get you guys on the list. So the Queen of Wands, your spirit guides, they feel you can do this. They feel you have confidence, you have bravery, and you have charisma. You have an ability. I'm going to say the word, but I'm not going to say it in necessarily that sense that most people think of it. You have the ability to seduce people to your desires, wishes, or helps. And that means just basically making it look very attractive to others to want to work with you. It's like an aura thing, like they feel great confidence and charisma emanating from you, and they're attracted to that. And therefore, they may really, really want to help you. And this gift comes from the spirit guides because they themselves are that. I mean, they feel that innate energy and want to prove their strength for you, or help you prove your strength for yourself, I guess. So this is something that helps you with all these other cards and all these other situations.
All right, and finally,
the final card, the gift of the year ultimately gives to you what lessons you may have learned or progress made over this next year from your birthday. And you had a lot of major arcana. You had 3. It's the Lovers reversed.
Oh.
I was tempering that because, of course, it's the Lovers reversed.
Well, number one, maybe some of the things you learn in this year ahead is not everybody, has your best interests at heart. And sometimes, you encounter people that are not going to be totally, compatible with you or treating you as equal and sharing power with you. I also feel that one of the lessons from this year is that, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to make some bad choices. We're going to make some choices that aren't in our best interests necessarily. And we just need to pick ourselves up and learn from that. I mean, and I don't say the words pick ourselves up cavalierly here. I know that it's one of those things that it's easy for me to say for somebody to pick themselves up off their feet. Yeah, true. So I would just say, but we have to learn to live with them. And we have to not allow them to, again, block us from our progress. We need to keep moving forward, even if we've made mistakes. We just try to do better. Period. We're all human. That's all we can do.
Well, I'm struck by the idea that 4 of these cards, I think, sort of talk to the idea of how your interactions with others, collaborations or others, are important in this year. And so ending with that final one is just saying that what you learn, I think, is better discernment qualities for these kind of things. So whether it's talking about friendships, relationships, working relationships, any other kind of situation where it's you and somebody else or you and a few somebody else's, you will learn what it is it takes to not be let down or disappointed by, the way people can let you down or have let you down. Discernment.
So it does seem like an interesting year that you will connect with some people who are very helpful. And, there may be some bumps in the road, too, with people along the way. Okay. I wanted to look at the cards on the screen.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I just went there to look, and I'm like, they're gone. Ah, there they are. And the Hierophant seems to indicate that you might have some real solidity in your, relationships here this year. There may be some formal working arrangements between you and other people in this year ahead. It's kind of a real mixed thing, but I think people and connections, like Mr. O has pointed out, are going to be very important to you this year.
And so that Queen of Wands that represents the ideas from the spirit guides, that's your ability to maximize that, because that's what that Queen of Wands does. They know how to schmooze people. Like I said, it's a seduction, but it's with purpose, and it's not about all the nastier implications. It's about getting people to work with you because they like you.
And with that Judgment card, I just want to add that, attract the people to you who are going to be supporting you along the way, not those that are going to criticize, and just be negative.
Alrighty.
So good luck with that, and happy birthday to you. All right, Mr. M is up, and I have his question. Let me get it.
Alrighty.
I'll get my deck. Okay, I'm going to use the owl deck, I think. I see your question. I'll have to get it in a few minutes. Thank you, country.
Thank you.
Oh boy, I wish you luck with this, Mr. M. Our post office here has limited their pickup hours and some other things going on. And I've been reading the news about stuff. Things are crazy everywhere though right now. All right.
You're welcome, sunshine.
Well, the King of Cups is reversed. Oh boy. The King of Pentacles is reversed. And the Hermit is reversed.
I should throw out the Lenormand. I think you'll want to see these.
Yeah, I will.
The Ring and the Letter.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what that might mean in relation to what I'm seeing here. So, I think this is going to be a stressful thing for you, Mr. M, going through this process of trying to get, them to reconsider. I think the King of Pentacles is also saying that things are weighed against you as far as a settlement goes on this. Make sure that you have everything in order to battle this wisely. I see what you say here, denial letter, and new reconsider update doctor letter. So you have sent them another letter with the doctor trying to back you up. And so they still may reject it. I'm looking at this and I don't know what options you have after that. But the Hermit reversed is also indicating to me that they may, I wonder if they're going to take their time in trying to give you an answer on this too. The Hermit is kind of like avoiding or putting things off sometimes. What do you get from this? What do you get from the Hermit too in particular?
Okay, well, I'm going to start at the beginning.
Okay.
I see pretty much what you do. I think that the King of Cups, besides what you said, could also represent that very disposed against you kind of sense of management. Mm-hmm. Somebody that has literally no empathy for you.
Bam.
No empathy.
Yeah.
So they're just being the management. But the King of Pentacles could also stand for that too, in addition to what you had said too. And the King of Pentacles makes it seem like it's a closed house situation, like there is no redress. It just, the feeling I get from it is just like nothing is going to get in or out of where this is being done at. So it may be really hard to get your influence in there. The Hermit puzzles me a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what I see here. I think it sort of feels, and I don't want to say this, but it sort of feels like a capitulation or surrender, possibly. I don't know if that's you so much, or maybe if you have, counsel of any sort, or other people's opinions or advice, if that's where it's coming from. So I sort of feel like you might be getting feelings like you should let the matter go or you should capitulate. That's just what I sort of feel there. The Lenormand may be interesting.
Well, the Hermit is kind of troubling to me here, too, in that, I feel like they're not taking into account wise counsel. Like, for example, the wise counsel from your doctor. So when I look at the Lenormand, it's really saying remain committed to this. I mean, if there's any other census of appeals you can do after, or any further documentation you're able to, give them, then by all means do so. Remain committed to the process. And I think they are going to respond. It's not looking very favorable at this moment. And like I said, there could be some waffling on this, some delays.
Right. And, we try to spell it straight. Yeah. I'm thinking you'll have to hope that there is an opportunity to appeal or ask for reconsideration based on the Lenormand. I sort of feel in this immediate situation, they're either going to waffle or they're going to just say no. And if you have a possibility to redress it, that's where you're going to be left at, I'm afraid.
Well, and with everything going on in this country with reducing benefits for people who are disabled and reducing, Medicare, Medicaid, and all this stuff, and making people go through a million hoops, and the insurances do anyway, the government is getting worse and worse with this. And I think that, organizations tied to that also are in a bind on some of this stuff. So, it does look rather negative, but I don't want you to give up on that, because that should make you just want to fight harder right now. And do it. Just do it. And, we've got to do what we can and see where the chips fall.
And we all know that we're not always right. So we would love for you to come back in a couple weeks and say, no, they gave it to me. It worked. We would love to hear that, Mr. Marie.
I would love that.
Please let us keep informed of this.
So let us know, Mr. and I wish you a lot of luck with that. And we hope to see you on Sunday for your year ahead reading.
Alrighty.
All right. You take care. And I'm wishing you all the best on that. I had an interesting idea when we start our new year in August, and I'm going to bring it up to you later.
Okay.
It's very interesting, and I don't know what you'll think of it. But okay.
Thank you, Mr. Maurice.
All right. So, and it is, of course, for our favorite followers.
See you on Sunday.
Yep. We will see ya. All right, Aries is up, and I have Aries' question. She wants to know if people have been talking smack about her or not.
Oh, dear.
From her previous job. I'm just saying it that way.
Okay. And that's my deck again, right?
Yeah. Actually, she said the trash talking word. All right, yeah, it's your deck, and I'll be doing my Lenormand.
All right, and if we have a vague answer, we will try to do a definitive yes or no for you.
So is there more trash talking or people saying they miss her? Let's see. How's it working if you're here? Oh, hi, Love Lou. I'll get you on the list. You'll be on. How's it going on the new job, Ari, if you're here? All right.
And our cards. The reversed Two of Wands. The reversed Six of Pentacles. And the upright. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I thought the pumpkins are pentacles.
Oh, maybe it's Six of Cups.
Maybe it is.
What's your deck?
I'll have to grab the...
Because it kind of reminds me of that with the kids there. But maybe
Yeah,
he's
you're
being
right, that's
generous,
probably what it
but
is.
maybe he's being generous to the kids, so... All right, let me...
Did I say 2 or 6? 6.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. All right.
Yeah, it's pentacles.
It is Pentacles.
It's weird because the next card was pentacles too, but that one looked more like a pentacle.
That is so weird.
Okay.
What
So
are
it's the
they
reverse Six of
doing?
Pentacles.
Okay. All right, so that does color things a little bit differently here. I think it was really, truly a mixed bag. I think maybe there was some talk. Some people, it's like any workplace in a way, Aries. Some people like you, some people don't. And I feel here with the Six of Pentacles, maybe there was some people that didn't feel like they're going to miss you, that they feel like maybe... maybe it's unfair. I don't know if anybody you felt treated you unfairly there, but they sort of just maybe don't feel the good. Maybe they're feeling some negative outweighed the good of your being there. But the Three of Pentacles indicates to me that there were a lot of people that got along with you and felt you were a part of the team, that you were part of that team. And maybe in a sense... they're sorry you had this wanderlust and moved on. Maybe they feel like you've made a mistake.
That's what I wanted to say about the Two of Wands, that people may have wanted you to stay. That's what that feels like to me.
So do you feel like that means that they feel like they've been cheated or something? Or
Maybe, or it could mean that they felt there was more they would have wanted to share with you, or more times they wanted to have with you. So I sort of feel it's a hard call to say that they talked trash about you. I think some people may have been okay with you leaving, but I think maybe more people didn't mind you being around. That's what I think it says. Okay, so here's the stars from Lenormand and the key. People thought you were a star. People thought, a lot of you, I think.
Well, I almost feel the key is that they realized that you had to move on. That it was in your destiny not to stay there.
Okay, that's
they may not say it that way, but, that they knew you had to move on to something else, something better.
But it still makes it feel like they saw this potential in you, too, and that was the basic understanding that you were always going to move on somewhere else. In that respect, I don't know. I don't think people necessarily feel that way about people who leave to follow their dreams, unless, there was more specific reasons why they might not have liked you.
Well, I'm just going to throw this out there when I'm thinking of that Six of Pentacles. I think that maybe some people felt you didn't contribute enough to the team, where others thought you were a team player.
Yeah, it's a
I think it
mixed
was
bag.
more like that, and I'm not sure that it was a lot of trashy kind of talk, because these cards really aren't quite saying that. There's a lot more negative cards in the deck that would have led me in that direction.
Exactly.
So... and I do feel like they felt like maybe they felt all along that you were not meant to stay there for long. And that's, maybe the fast food business in a way, right? So,
I just need to refresh.
but I don't know. I know that some people, waitresses where we've gone to eat and stuff have stayed a long time, where they're at. But others do not, they move on. So, kind of thinking it's that. Whoops. Trying to get Love Lou's question while Mr. O's out of the room. And I think I got it. Thank you, Love Lou.
I'm back.
Oh, Sonny, I'm sorry. I didn't know you get there. And I got to get Country Love's question. Thank you. Getting those back to me. Oh, why does this happen? All right. So I guess that's what we have to do. I don't think we have to do anything more definite on that. I think I'm satisfied with that. Good luck with that, Ari. And we are on Kara. And Kara had a question about little Moshi, who we feel so bad about. All right. And of course it didn't spell it right, Kara, the darn spell check. So don't shoot the messenger here. Maybe it did, I'm not sure. I thought there was an I in there.
No, it spelled it like it was a Hebrew name.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Kara. It's the way it is sometime. All right, I'm going to get a deck for this. And let me use... Let's use the mermaid deck. All right. So if it doesn't look very definitive, we can try to use quick yes, no. All right. And Sunny's here to give us energy for Moshi's reading. Our unofficial therapy cat. The Four of Pentacles is reversed. Ooh, interesting. The King of Swords is upright. And this is a beautiful card. The Three of Pentacles is upright. Is upright as well. There you go. I think it's a beautiful card for this question. What do you got?
Birds.
Oh.
Moshi went to where the birds are. And the sixth.
And the sixth. He's not
Yes.
cutting down the birds anymore. All right. Well, okay. The Four of Pentacles reversed indicates to me this letting go, this release. Moshi, Moshi's spirit moved quickly forward, I feel here. The Four of Pentacles is about letting things go, releasing a hold on the physical body and moving now forward, I feel in this case. So what do you think about the Four of Pentacles?
I would say the same thing pretty much. The idea that something had to transition. So it's very clear. And of course, because it is Pentacles, it does talk about the material presence of body, basically.
Well, it also speaks about his preciousness and value, to you. Okay. You two also had to agree to let Moshi go. And with the King of Swords here, I find this a very interesting energy. I mean, you talk about Freya's Hall, and in a sense, I don't know, even though it's the king, I don't know why, but I'm still getting Valkyrie energy off of this.
Well, I'm actually getting Odin energy.
Well, I thought that too. I really did. So could it be Heimdall energy? I wonder if it's like the Rainbow Bridge thing, in a way.
Well, the King of Swords ultimately can stand for judgments, and so this could be saying that Moshi's spirit passed judgment and is moving to whatever realm best suits them.
Nice. No, really nice. I think that's
Right.
that's very true because
Because I
it
have
is
a
about
different feeling
judgment.
about where Moshe ended up, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. And I think here, well, I think with the Three of Pentacles here, Moshe has found his place. And if the place for him is is Freya's Hall, he's very happy. He's very content with whom, or what is surrounding him.
Exactly.
I mean,
That
look at that
feels like
card.
a sense of entering a hall where people, are together. I mean, it has a sense that where he went was somewhere, whether it was Freya's Hall or somewhere else, he went where he needed to go, where he is part of that team or that energy.
Exactly, because we always say this card is about people who click together and work in harmony. So he is, or he, right, is with like spirits. I feel that here. There's such a congenial, harmonic atmosphere that we see on this card, to begin with. So
The Lenormand, the birds and the scythe. Now the birds could be literal, like the idea that a cat's heaven or heavenly reward would be with birds in it. It wouldn't be the birds' heavenly reward, perhaps.
It is funny to look at it literally, but why is the scythe here? I think the scythe is here because it's like you may feel right now that, or maybe even, I don't know if this is Moshe, I almost feel like this message is for you. You may feel right now that you're cut off from communicating with Moshe's spirit. And, during this time, because it's so new, Moshe's got to acclimate to that new reality too. As you on the earth have to, react to and get accustomed to the new reality without Moshe's physical presence. But if I were you, even though things seem cut off right now, I'm sure that Moshe will probably make a reappearance for you. Don't be surprised if you see little shadows running around sooner than later. Maybe, I know you said it was a feral cat, so I assume Moshe still spent a lot of time outdoors. So if that's the case, then some of his familiar haunts, you may see, his image go through there.
Maybe leave a small offering on occasion there.
Right. Do that. Absolutely do that. And by all means, feel free to try to communicate with Moshe and open those lines up because you don't want them to get cut off, So good luck with that, Kara. And so sorry for your loss. I know Moshe meant a lot to you and your family, so take care.
What is remembered lives.
That's right. Oh.
You're welcome. All right, and Grateful Z has joined us. Grateful Zach. And
Oh, hi, Grateful Z.
And of course, we will be able to do your reading.
All right, Country Love is up, and I have Country's question. Let me go get it and update my number. All right, Country Love's question. Here it comes. Oops. And that last word is Oh, I have to get rid of it. Okay. That last word, of course, is children, and it got cut off. So, all right.
Okay. It may not be easy to get every single factor out of that, but we're going to see if we get a Gestalt kind of view on that idea of comfort for the various parties involved.
Yeah, I think we can do that. We'll see what the cards say.
All right.
I'm confident.
So I'll just throw those out there. And the first one is the Seven of Cups, and it's upright. It's a pretty image of the seven. All like Faygo Pop or something, all those different colors and flavors. The next card is also upright, and it's the Three of Cups, which is upright.
That's
so
pretty good.
Both cup cards, Country, are about emotions and more or less the happier side of them. And our final card is the upright King of Wands.
Nice.
And it's a pretty card too, I think, in a way.
All right, let me get the Lenormand to you, Mr. O. Well, okay.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. The coffin. Oh, look at that.
So here, those cards are all so positive, and including the Lenormand when it comes down to it, because first off, the Seven of Cups is like you have options. You have a lot of ways that you can consider to make this transition comfortable for all. But also when I see the Seven of Cups and I think about that, I don't want you to get lost in worrying too much about what you need to do. I think here that you just choose paths and, if it's not working, just be ready to be flexible and adaptable. Survey your options. Think about what, each family is, members are going to need in order to integrate well with each other, and have backup plans. Just think things out, talk things out with your lover, because of course you both have to be all in on this. And I think with the Three of Cups upright, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing almost everybody trying to work together to make this work. And so also if you can speak to your children, each of you, and talk to them about how, if we all work together, we can have a happy household here. We can make this a great place, for all, where everybody feels included, everybody's living in harmony. That just looks really positive to me. I'll stop before I go to that King of Wands.
Well, the tarot all look very impressive, Country Love. The Seven of Cups says making the choice out of other choices. So it could be saying that there are some other possible choices, so you may want to take some time to consider different angles, different ways of doing that. It could also be indicating that all of the people involved, and I don't know if the total might be 7 between you, the lover, and the various children, but it could be saying that everybody needs to have some sense of being considered there, or have some sense of having their thoughts be considered there. But it looks really positive, and so does the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups looks like it's a family. The Three of Cups is a family celebration, or a family-to-be celebration.
So did you talk about the King?
Not yet.
Okay. So the King of Wands wants you guys to forge ahead with courage, with commitment, and
bravery.
And bravery. You're just going to have, if you really care about each other and you feel this is in everybody's best interest to do so, then the time is right. And just leave people like parental mentors. Don't be bossy, don't be pushy with them. Lead them, as you would want to be led, right? So you don't stifle their growth and their love for each of their parents, including partners who may not be, in that household.
So I know you said 5, and then you likened the 5 mice.
That's cute.
But it's interesting because the 5 is the number of children between the two of you, and then the 7 of Cups I said was the two of you, and maybe that's the children, and so it sort of checks out.
Interesting.
I like it, but the King of Wands definitely says the qualities of magnanimousness and devotion in a way too, devotion to a cause, feeling really, confident about that. These are all strong qualities that will back this formation or this choice.
So the Lenormand, let's get to that. I think here, Country.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
That's fine.
Five total. That's fine. Well, that's the funny thing. The funny thing is where the coffin appeared, it's an end. I feel here that there will be a growing pains period, and it will be temporary, because the coffin is here putting an end to, any kind of stress, anxieties, or issues that will crop up.
And the mice generally tends to represent smaller issues that can add up, but that basically you could also try to work through them.
They're temporary.
They're
Yeah,
temporary.
so you'll be able to work through them. And especially with the coffin here, because it says you'll put an end to them. So, don't expect a totally easy road, but from what we're seeing here, it really doesn't look bad at all. So, good luck with that.
Good luck. You'll have to keep us in the know. Hi, Alicia.
Hey, Alicia, I've got you on the list I'm about to post. All right. And Shirley is up. And Shirley's question is coming right up. There we go. Alrighty, I'll get a deck. Let's see. Well, let's use our fun food deck.
Well, good luck too. Blessings.
I think you'll be growing in the right direction. It sure looks that way.
Yeah,
Good
your
luck
cards
with
look
that.
really positive, Sometimes those are the kind of questions where like, oh, we like you and we want to tell you the best things, and then we're like, but those cards. But this time
I
we didn't
know,
have
that's
to.
the way I felt about Mr. Maurice.
Yeah.
I wanted better news for you, Mr. M.
So we're very happy the cards seem to work out for you. Hopefully that will be true.
All right. And Mercury is still retrograde, but I think it's transiting soon. It's supposed to happen sometime tonight. So
Yeah.
tomorrow will be our first full day of Mercury direct. All right. Well, the Page of Cups is here upright. Whoa. The Wheel of Fortune is upright.
Pretty.
And Nutmeg, the Three of Wands is upright. Holy cow, Shirley.
Happy days. The Lenormand has the book and the house.
Now, I admit I probably should have done a 2 and 2 on this one. It didn't hit me at the time. But let's take a look at this. I feel here that success could come to you either way, Shirley. This is some very positive cards here as well. The Ace of Cups is something happening that gives you joy.
No, it's the page.
I'm sorry, it's the Page. Either way, news is
Sure.
coming that will bring you joy. I think here, too, that maybe you're almost anticipating something good happening in the next 7 to 14 days, whether it's a business pickup or this happening. Because, of course, Page of Cups can also be about your intuition as well. So keep those positive thoughts alive, because I do think some good news might be coming. I'll stop.
Right. The
I'm going
Page of
card by
Cups,
card.
in this context, represents news coming to you. It also represents the idea that you're aligning yourself with a new vision, a new goal, and that, of course, could be, sort of prepping yourself up for interviews and other things about the job. So it does represent your lack of, or your focus of optimism. And I think Banshee's right. There's a little bit of intuition going on there that maybe you might feel this is really the one that's going to work out for you.
And, like I said, keep positive thoughts, because look at that. The Wheel of Fortune is here, and it's upright. And it's indicating your fortunes are about to change for the better. And so I think that could be business coming in. I think that could be a call about an interview or a letter, however they're going to approach you on it. And that may be the good news you're going to get. I want to jump ahead and say you're going to get the job, but you just applied, and so you got to go through the motions. I think you'll at least get an interview set up for this job at this point.
Right, that's the Three of Wands perhaps suggesting an opportunity. And so the opportunity that you don't want to miss is when they do actually reach out to you and say, are you interested in an interview? Or we'd like to interview, or however that works these days. And I strongly feel that Wheel of Fortune is a good energy flow for you. Astrologically, so many things are breaking right now and going on for a while. So it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people are going to have more fortune, fortuitous breaks of luck, or things just sort of gelling, and all of a sudden it just becomes clear what you want to do, where you want to go.
And so, Shirley, I'm going to ask you to do two difficult things. I'm going to ask you to remain positive, think positive thoughts, and just let this positive energy flow to you. I almost feel here with that Three of Wands that you are feeling it. You're anticipating something good happening. And keep that thought in mind. And I know how hard it can be that, for example, what if nothing happens? Then I'm just going to feel shattered. Well, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Remain in your comfortable, positive position, as the house is saying, and just study more, try harder, keep writing this chapter, keep trying to make this happen. And I feel here that things may gel for you. I think something positive, some positive turn of events is coming in these next 7 to 14 days.
Hi, Diamond Girl.
And I don't say that lightly. Hi, Diamond Girl.
And I think, too, that those Lenormands are really good follow-ups to this reading. The comfort zone of the home and the idea that some information will come to you, something you will find out, something that expands. Books expand in physical and metaphoric ways. So I do feel these cards suggest that either way, something's going to get better for you. I'm thinking it's more likely the job interview that might come to you, and then that may start off a chain of that. But I think something good's coming to you. So hang in there.
Absolutely, hang in there. All right, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that, Shirley. And we're on Love Lou.
And we are on Love Lou. All right. Let's see. What deck shall I use?
So, interesting question to me, because I always thought you had met Tehu and Love Lou.
No, I knew that. I thought I mentioned it. They had not met.
All right. Connection with me if we met. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of someone else here and not the Tehun situation. All right.
Is that your reading? Why is it important? Where would it?
So are you saying what would happen if they met? Why is that?
What is the connection? Would he feel a connection is the question.
Okay, so would he feel a connection?
Why is that important? Where would it lead to?
Okay, let's do it if you want. I'm not going to...
You're not crazy about it?
No, I'm okay with it.
Oh, okay.
If that's what you want to do, I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. I just wanted to clear.
You're welcome, Shirley.
I just wanted to clear how we were asking it. That's all. All right.
The way the question is stated.
You're welcome, Shirley. Gosh, Shirley, really, fingers crossed. That looked really, really positive.
All right.
I'm supposed to take a day break again and do Swiss ball bear hugs. But I'm not going to. I just put this exercise reminder on my machine to come up every hour to tell me to get up and do stuff. So, but I'm not going to do it during our shows.
All right. Would Tehun, High Spirit Connection, no, you're not too late.
We'll get you on. Yeah, we can.
Would Tehun feel a connection with you if you met? And the first card is the Chariot, but the Chariot is reversed. And I'm inclined to say that there would not be that immediate connection. It's not to say that a connection would not develop, but the Chariot reversed may sound to me like maybe he's not going to move towards you because of a connection. He may not move towards you at all. I'm sad to say that that's what that card means to me.
I don't know why. Oh, this is so frustrating. I think I'm not going to use notes anymore. I hate to say it. This is really frustrating.
I'm always able to scan these and then repeat them to you.
Well, what's happening here is it's putting in underlines and things and bolding it, and I can't stop it.
Yeah, I think it's better to just scan for the question rather than to paste it in there.
I
don't need to see it there.
It's always good to fall back on when they're complicated, though. But I agree with a lot of them, general, etc. Sure. We don't need to.
Okay, so we're waiting on your response to that first card.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. And so with the
Chariot reversed.
With the Chariot reversed, it just seems like, okay, if we're asking if there would be a connection, it seems like there's nothing that's moving forward here. So that, as Mr. O would say, is indicating that there may be no connection. But let's see, maybe it's just the fact that even if you did connect or meet him, it wouldn't move forward.
Well, what I said was that it might not be an immediate connection, but it doesn't seem that they would be moving towards you in any event, at least based initially.
But I don't want to stop it here. Let's see why this is happening.
So why is this important? And it's the reverse Three of Coins.
It just seems like there may not be a compatibility after all. And I mean, if this is like somebody who you consider possibly a soulmate or something along those lines, we don't always click together and are compatible in the next lives we possibly come together in. And so there may be some definite incompatibilities here.
Well, why is it important? In the first instance, I said that they were not moving towards you, and I actually feel like the Three of Coins reverse could indicate that they feel, if they met you, that they immediately don't feel any kind of connection to you. They don't feel drawn to you in any way. This is not to say that it wouldn't happen eventually, but what I remember you telling me before, Banshee doesn't remember, was that Taehoon was known to you through other relatives or other connections, and you've known of him. Whether or not he knows of you, I don't know, but it's been for a while, so it just sort of feels like nothing is really moving there, and I'm not sure if that's because of Taehoon or anyone else that might be involved in this. Where will it ultimately lead? And it's the reversed Fool, called the Wanderer. So it's the reverse Wanderer.
I think it just leads to it not happening. I mean, they're not going to want to take the risk or gamble necessary, and maybe neither would you ultimately once you met them. And so, it's a two-way street here. So I think here that it's possible that this just would not work out, and it could lead to something not good if you tried to pull this together under these circumstances.
These cards suppose the idea of Taehoon feeling the connection towards you, because that's more or less how you ask that.
Yeah, that's true.
And so this could be saying that they don't feel the connection, and that probably they wouldn't be able to really move into the situation. It just really wouldn't draw them anyway. We could speculate. Maybe, I don't know if you know, but maybe, Taehoon really has interest in someone else, or maybe there's any number of other possibilities. Maybe Taehoon is planning to do something that will take him far away for business or whatever. So,
well, and since this is about Taehoon, and if I want to put the Fool in that light, the Fool reversed, I would say, the Fool is an adventurer. He likes adventure. Taehoon would consider the relationship a misadventure. It would not work out for them.
So let's look at the Lenormand. And it's the bear. And I think that's a message for you. And it's the child.
Okay, what is it?
Well, the child and the bear together, I think this is saying that you may have to really take your time accepting this, but you're better off empowering yourself and your spirit of strength rather than thinking someone will have a connection with you. You need to be strong enough to make your connection with someone.
Yeah, I don't know here. This is kind of a very interesting reading here. It's almost like you have the Lenormand. It's almost as like you have the child here and kind of a mother figure in the bear. And it's almost as if Tehun is looking for someone who can just almost be like a mommy to him, which is really weird. But I would also add this, that maybe they're looking for somebody who can, who's a little bit more dominant with them, I guess. It's really a weird kind of ending to this reading.
If I had to be honest, I sort of feel if it's a person you talked about for a long time but you've never met, you might be thinking about other possibilities too, rather than just
I have to agree with
putting
that.
everything on one person that you've yet to have met.
Yeah, so
And I'm sorry about that.
the cards lately have not been really optimistic about Tehun, I think. So I'm not sure. So maybe something has shifted and changed. But it just doesn't look, according to this reading, like that connection would be fruitful. So I'm sorry, Love Lou.
That's
Good
what
luck
we
with
have.
that. We've had to give a couple of people disappointing news tonight. And now we're on Zach.
Hey, Zach. And Zach wants a general.
Yes. Oh, how did I not get that one? That's okay then. Actually, I did have that one. I knew I did. Alright, so I'm going to get, I think, the Symbolic Tarot. Did I use it already? I'm not sure.
Yes.
I did. I like this deck, I just do. You'll likely be seeing it for cards for the collective for next week on the social media, those who follow us.
And I want to mention happy hour because we are on this Saturday at 10 a.m. However, in 2 weeks, August the 1st, there will be no happy hour. There's another event going on for me, my retirement party. So we will not be here for happy hour, but come this Saturday and get your happy, positive, uplifting message.
Get your happy on.
Get your happy on.
Well, she looks kind of dowdy. She's an elder. The Queen of Swords, upright.
Oh, yeah.
Little stern. We also have the Nine of Pentacles upright. And the Four of Swords upright.
This reminds me of the Four of Swords in the Karma Music Tarot.
Oh, okay.
Where they're looking through the window in a spaceship. Remember that one?
Vaguely.
And they're smoking a cigarette, too.
And they're smoking a cigarette. Karma Music Tarot. What can I say? Well.
Thank you, Alicia.
Oh,
it's actually my
he's going
second
to party
retirement.
for
It's
a few
actually my
days and
second.
I'm putting him to work.
Yeah.
Retirement has its limits around here. All right, you know what? This is a really nice reading, Zach. We've had some bad news and we've had some pretty nice readings tonight. What do you got for the Lenormand? Let's see.
Well, the mice are back. but it's this one's mice, and the scythe.
Oh, okay.
So that's okay.
That is okay. So it looks as though you're going to be making some wise choices. I think what you need to know is you need to make some wise choices to ensure you have the comforts and things in life that you that you want to have, or that you can maintain now. If you want to maintain the level of living that you have right now, then you've got to make wise choices in order to do so. If you want to elevate yourself and, to a higher standard of, material life, well, you've got to make wise moves, choices, and decisions in order to do so. So the Four of Swords is here too, though. So I don't want you to get too wrapped up in considering, I've got to think about this now. I've got to do all this now. Give yourself some breaks. Give yourself some slack. Make sure you don't push yourself too hard to try to make, the changes in your life that you feel are necessary. Take your time. Pace yourself and make sure you're not depleting your energy too much.
I like that. My interpretation is similar, but not exactly.
Okay.
I do feel this is about you empowering yourself to realize that maybe you have one specific choice now that will lead you towards, feeling your life has more comfort for you. But the consideration in that is that you might have to change things to make them less busy in a way. The Four of Swords, that's what I see the Four of Swords doing, is saying that for you, comfort or the realization of feeling secure and stuff like that may be kind of a little bit of isolation. And I'm not talking about like becoming a loner and never leaving your house or something like that, but setting certain boundaries for yourself too, that, and I realize, you're moving into a new life, so you may want to have a sense of caution. You can't be overly idealistic about some things and not possibly be taken advantage of by others. So you have to weigh everything with a certain level of caution, but I don't think it has to be about feeling insecure, because it's really about finding your sense of security and comfort.
Okay. So I'm going to move. You did all three?
Yeah, I did.
I'm going to move on to the Lenormand and just say that with the scythe there and the mice, you've got to cut into the things that are causing you stress and anxieties. Anything that's getting in the way of your progress, your worries, your fears. I'm not saying necessarily conquer them, but do something about them. Do something to try to allay them. And, they should go away. They should go away in time, because mice are temporary. Maybe if you look at it as though, I'm worried now and I'm anxious, but I realize that this is only a temporary situation, and believe that you can overcome it in time. And it's only going to come from you actually taking that scythe and, cutting down the things by working on them that are causing you maybe the stress and anxiety you will be experiencing.
So I wonder if that's part of choosing things that bring you more comfort, because maybe those little irritations really burbled up too much in you. And the swords, the scythe, you do have to cut some things back into place. And so in the search for, what feels comfortable and right for you, there's going to be a little bit of house cleaning. You're going to realize that some things, and maybe they're physical things, but some things might be your attitudes or behavior traits where you feel like those don't do anything good for you, and it's time to work on them as well. Good luck, Zach.
I wish you luck with that. All right, Alicia's up. Oops.
Oh, okay, so that's just going to be your reading. Oh, no, it's my cards. Whoops, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, it is your cards.
Hiya.
There we are. And I don't know if you left a question.
There it is.
Yeah, I figured you'd be doing it now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Work and finances. What's next? Okay.
Should I do 2 and 2?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll do 2 and 2 on the Lenormand.
You betcha.
All right. So the first 2 will be on work, and the second 2 will be about finances.
Ah.
Oh, thank you, Zach. I appreciate that.
I like the beach umbrellas. Okay. Now, what am I doing? I don't do that.
All right, our first 2 for work. It's the reverse 6 of Pentacles. We've had this before this evening. And the reversed 10 of Swords.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So as far as work goes, maybe something will start to balance out or even out. Maybe if you're short of work, maybe more work will come in, I feel here, and kind of balance things out. Because, of course, it looks like an imbalance there, but the 10 of Swords is reversed. And that could indicate that, there is some getting back on your feet in regards to work that's going on. Not that it'll be easy.
So the mountain in that Lenormand and the book. But first I wanted to say I think that 6 of Pentacles represents a quality of imbalance right now, that maybe people are playing their cards closer to their vest. People may be able to invest or make certain things, but they're not as interested. They're feeling doubt right now. That could pertain to you, but that could pertain to the people and situations you have to work with. And yet I feel that the 10 of Swords is saying that if this is a bad attitude, like this is a direct malefic kind of idea, somebody wants to do this because they think they can corner the market or whatever that is, it's going to end, or their efforts will be for naught. So I sort of feel like Banshee does, is that this balance that's not really balanced is going to change probably in this next week. The mountain represents some amount of struggle to get there, but the book says, well, wait a minute, I got to put those together. So I think this is saying you'll have the realization of how hard it's going to be, but that realization will sort of give you the idea of the steps you might need to take or the process you might need to follow.
So the mountains in the book indicates to me that you will find out that there will be some challenges, maybe some challenges associated with the work you do. But, hey, work is work, and work often presents us with challenges. So expect it won't necessarily be easy, but something might be putting you back on track, a little bit as far as work is concerned. So what about the other cards, Mr.
Okay, so then the other is about finances. And the first card is the 8 of Wands. It's upright. And the second card is the reversed world.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because here.
And the tree. And the clouds.
Okay, so I feel here, again, when I'm seeing the 8 of Wands, there's more energy here in your financial sector going on, and it's positive. You need to focus that energy on something forward. So I don't know if this has to do with investments. I don't know if this has to do with the money coming in from your business or how you're working with your financial situation right now. But you need to apply energy here in order to get something with that World card here, to get something done, something completed successfully. It seems as though something may be hanging in the balance and you have to apply energy. I don't know if this is moving your money at the right time or something. You have to make sure that you do that because and apply your energy in order to really try to get something to the finish line. Otherwise, you might not quite get the success you had hoped for.
It's a focus or targeting your energy, resources, etc., on maybe something that you felt should have been finished but didn't finish, or something that needs to be salvaged in a way. Maybe just go back and do a little bit more work on it. So wherever in your financial area something is incomplete or isn't quite fulfilling, you may have this opportunity to target it and work it better.
So this is why the Lenormand is what it is. You've got the clouds and you have the tree. And I feel what it's saying is that right now growth is possible. However, there is uncertainty because it depends on how much you focus on your energy on doing things, the right thing at the right time. So timing might be essential here.
Okay, right. So the clouds and the tree, the sense of deciding when is the right time to do this, because there's sort of a feeling that growth might only happen in a specific way or at a specific time. It's sort of similar to what we were saying with something else going on here, that you sort of need to figure out the awareness of where the moment to strike is going to be. So it's a timing thing. Yeah, that's what you said, isn't it? Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
Hi, Salima.
Yeah, timing, definitely. I'm sorry. Just a little snag. Yeah, I think it's timing. And it's basically because of the world being here in reverse. Because it's kind of like something needs to get done before, and with the Eight of Wands, when the energy is right, when the moment is right. And you're going to have to focus on that.
But you know what, Alicia? This suggests that you can have better timing. You just have to, try and focus on it. And I know,
hi, Libra. You guys said you and Slim are getting here kind of late. I'm going to add you guys. We might have to consider closing the list, though, soon. So.
Well, good luck with that. And maybe next time you'll tell us how that worked out.
Yeah, I wish you luck, Alicia. I hope things do improve. I think you might see a modest improvement coming soon.
It kind of looks that way, at least in the one area more than the other, but both look like they have that chance. You're welcome.
Right.
You're very welcome, all of you guys.
Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, I got to get her question again.
Can you just let me read it to you when it's time? Because I'll be able to do that.
Sorry.
Okay, it's just a buzzkill, really.
No, really, there's other things that are, and I could talk about those if you want me to. All right. So Diamond Girl wants a general read.
Oh.
There we go.
Thank you, Alicia.
Take care, Alicia.
Hugs back to you.
Wishing you the best. All right, let's see. For Libra, we'll use this one, I think. Or not Libra, I'm sorry, Diamond Girl. It would really be helpful if he, as much room as I give him, he takes away all my shuffle space. I can't manage these slippery cards here. I can't do it. I'm going to keep shuffling till I do. So that's a buzzkill. I love my boy, but he is problematic. In more ways than one. He's a rascally little orange cat. All right. We have the Magician reversed. We have the Three of Cactus or Pentacles upright. And we have the Seven of Jugs or Cups upright. Well, the good news is, if you don't have... Oh, go ahead.
Fox and garden.
Well, I don't know. It's almost work-related a little bit, maybe, but maybe not. I think here that if you don't have your act together, the Magician is reversed here. If you feel like you're a fish out of water, whether it's in a social situation or at work, like you're in over your head at work or something like that, or, in social situations, you can rely on others to back you up, to have your back. I think here that, with the Three of Pentacles, there is support for you from others that could help you in a situation you may feel a little bit out of your element in.
And is that about making a choice when there are a number of other possibilities and you want to be sure of that? Maybe you feel you need the backup of others who have similar interest or interest in you in order to do that. But I do agree with Banshee. The Magician reverse is saying you feel ineffective in terms of making your will do something, or you feel like you don't have the willpower to do something. And it is maybe the idea that you just want somebody to back you up there.
I'm going to throw one other possibility at you that could be a real possibility here, Diamond Girl. This Magician card could be someone else. Somebody who's trying to manipulate you or scam you or throw a trick on you. And you will have others who will, bail you out or, warn you that this is happening and you need to move away. They could be, like a support group behind the scenes.
Is that because of the fox in the Lenormand?
No, it's the Magician. Because the Magician has this double edge to it. I mean, I don't see this malevolence within you that sometimes comes out in the Magician. But I do feel, it just came to me, since you've got support around you, that this could be somebody else trying to fool with you or mess with you in some way. And others will be there to stand up for you.
So both of those possibilities are possible.
I think so.
And maybe that's why it leads towards the last card then?
Yes. Well, yes, because, you have to survey your options here. You have to, you have to really look carefully at what's going on here. That there may be more than meets the eye to what somebody is telling you. Or, for example, if it's what I first said, that maybe you're feeling uncomfortable and a fish out of water and not sure you can handle what's going on around you, again, you have options. You do have options, more than you might think about, and so step back and, give yourself space to figure a way out. And also seek the advice of these others who are here to support you.
And the Seven of Cups could also be saying, too, that there's a lot of emotionality tied to what these possibilities or decisions or choices could be. So you really do want to invest some time and consideration there. You don't want to let your emotional feels pull you too quickly towards something without really examining all the facts of the matter.
So when I see the Lenormand, I see places here where this could be occurring. And again, I really feel it points to either social situations, which is the garden, or your work environment. So whatever you feel might resonate here.
Right, and it could also be saying too that whatever these impacts are could affect both in a way, or that they will bleed into each other.
Well, it could be. It could be, but it could be an either or thing here, just like the two scenarios that I laid out for you, Diamond Girl. So good luck with that.
All right.
All
And
right.
it's time for our friend Spirit Connections.
And it's what the spirit want me to know.
All right, and I'm going to use my Crow's Magic Tarot.
Okay.
It's a little shamanic. So that's your reading again.
Yep.
You're welcome, Diamond Girl.
Hey, you're welcome. All right. Let's see. Spirit want me to know.
There you are.
You know what I want? I want a nice big glass of chocolate milk or a cup.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
It would be.
Okay. So, what does Spirit want you to know right now? It's the Chariot reversed. And Spirit wants you to realize that maybe you need to back off something. Maybe you need to retreat from something. Maybe Spirit is telling you you don't have a momentum or a force taking you forward in a certain direction, which could imply that it's time to rest or it's time to consider a different direction.
Oh.
We don't want those yet.
Oh, that's right. So, I think here the Chariot is saying that things are going to be, what Spirit wants you to know is that, you know, things are slowing down. That things are slow right now. As a matter of fact, maybe it's time to stop forward motion for a little bit till, you know, either the planets change a little bit. You know, Mercury is just now going direct. So maybe, you know, while it's still in its shadow phase, Spirit is trying to tell you that things are still going to be a little bit sluggish or slow or hard to get anything really off the ground that you were hoping to do.
So why is that important? And it's the star upright.
Well, it's important because you should remain optimistic. This, to me, seems like it might be a passing thing, especially with the star following, you know, another major arcana that's positive following that Chariot. So I think here it's saying is don't give up. Don't give up on ever getting this off the ground or ever starting something new. It's just recognize that right now there's kind of a stagnant energy going on here. And if it is something within yourself, maybe it's time to figure out what that might be. But it could be outside circumstances right now that, you know, just are not moving for you.
Well, my suggestion was that maybe this was possibly a specific thing that you should retreat from or not move as quickly towards. And maybe the reason that idea is important is because, as Banshee said, it's still going to come to you. It just doesn't need to necessarily be forced. It may come more naturally. Maybe this is saying, if it's a choice on a direction you want to take or something like that, that it's just going to arrive naturally.
Well, you hang in there. It's at least a cold, and it's not that explosive diarrhea thing going on.
Oh, I sure hope not.
Oh, my goodness. So,
yeah, I've had a little bit of a crookiness in my chest and throat, too. So,
you know, with all the bad air and stuff that's been going on in Michigan here and the heat wave, yeah, it's affected us, our allergies and different things. It's not been a fun thing. So where are things headed? Oh,
Ace of Swords, total recovery.
that could be, you know. But
So-
I think what it's saying here is that maybe... Oh, go ahead. You want to
Well,
go? You got something.
Okay, you liken it to maybe, what you're feeling right now, you and your son. If it's that, or if it is the idea that there's something that maybe you're not able to pursue at this point, it does seem like maybe it still will work out in the end, that whatever that delay is or that pause that you're feeling right now, you're picking up the sword and getting back in battle again.
I think what it's saying is where this is headed is that eventually you're going to be able to get back to it. There's an eventual victory here, and there really is a victory for you in taking the time, to heal or recoup and, to take things a little bit slower right now until you really have the vim and vigor that Ace of Swords kind of requires.
Right. The Ace of Swords is obviously a sign of great physical health and strength. So that's where you want to put yourself.
All right, let's see what this is about, because good grief. And speaking of grief, there's the cross.
So it's the cross.
And the dog.
And the dog. How much is that doggy?
Well, I'm trying to figure out why it's here with the cross. I would just say that's an odd combination. Other than to say that maybe there's some other mitigating factors here, you might have some worries in this time frame, because what does Spirit want you to know, right? So Spirit may want you to know that somebody might need some attention from you. You might be worried about them. And, and if you don't know what that is now, it may become apparent later that somebody, may be ill or, needs some help in some way or some support. It could be a friend of yours. It could be family. I'm not sure where this is coming from, but it almost seems like it should be someone, in your relatives, in your circle.
Well, in terms of martial arts, Spirit, you have the Chariot and the Ace of Swords, so it could be about that in a way. And the Lenormand could give us that context here, that just saying, remain loyal to the idea that there are ups and downs and that sometimes things happen, but ultimately the tarot cards are saying you're going to pull it out.
Well, I think you need to remain loyal, if I had to say anything about the dog and Lenormand in that regard, because this is something that really means something to you and you really want to make it happen, this job in martial arts. And so remain loyal even if it's causing you grief at this time. That could be what that's saying here.
I like that, yeah.
And, things may be slow, in particular in regards to that right now, but, it seems like with the Ace of Swords here, I think eventually there'll be vindication.
It could still be the fallout of Mercury retrograde, resolving itself. Maybe within a few weeks things will really look different. Let's hope.
So good luck with that, Christine.
Good luck.
All right, Selima's here.
Hi, Selima.
And we are winding down.
Yeah.
You might want to, if you didn't put the list as close up,
I
do
did.
so.
Except for this one here.
Okay.
I thought I did. There it is.
Yep, you are here.
Yes, so our list is closed. Thank you, everybody, tonight.
What is there for me in the month of August?
All right.
All right. Thank you. And I'll use this one.
Well, thank you, Spirit Connections. Appreciate that, too.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad we clicked tonight. We've had some kind of off readings a little bit with you, but that seems to have resonated, so I'm glad of that.
And I'll remind everybody to catch us on Banshee's Material Matters Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. It's a recording for the 12 signs of the zodiac, but we're there in the chat room discussing it all and sharing some life and laughs with each other. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel.
And I wanted to comment to Zach's comment about us being the great secret, kept secret. Don't keep the secret. Let everybody know. We want to get more popular. We want more subscribers. So we love all of you.
So that we're just too busy.
Well, busy's good. He laughs. So I'm retiring. All right.
Anyway. And Selene asks, what is there for me in the month of August?
Well, the Five of Cups reversed, that's a positive.
It is.
And the High Priestess is upright. But the Queen of Cups is reversed. Okay.
And I'm going to throw the Lenormand before you start.
You do that. Throw it.
Sardine can, known as the coffin. And the birds. So you may be hearing something. We'll get to that. Five of Cups reversed. What is going to happen for you in August? Maybe somebody who's been out of the picture with you for a while, an old friend, an acquaintance, or somebody you knew before, may return in some way. Often the implication could be that they are somebody you could be related to, but certainly they could be somebody that you were much closer to.
It could definitely be that, but it's also about the fact that, that you are recovering from some losses. Whether that's physical losses like a relationship loss, a financial loss, a job loss, all of that. It seems as though recovery is possible. It's possible because you're realizing now that all is not lost. And I think that that's an important discovery for you. And maybe, your intuition is starting to make you feel better about, opportunities coming to you in August. I think, you're going to be really opening yourself up to thinking differently and trusting your inner gut. Should I go for this job? Should I go for this person? Should I make this move? I think you're going to be trusting what your inner wisdom has to tell you. You don't need to get it from outside sources. It's within you. And I feel here there may be some kind of recovery, but it could also be what Mr. O said. Sometimes that's a recovery of an old friendship, somebody who's moved away but is now getting back in touch, or an old love relationship even. It's hard to say with this card, but it's going to be emotionally uplifting when it occurs.
And I sort of feel I read that wrong. That would really be more the Six of Cups, wouldn't it? Somebody coming
Not
back.
Necessarily.
Okay.
It's definitely could be about that. A return of person.
And you might like what Zach is saying. That's cute, Zach.
Zach, don't do that to us.
So I do feel that, also Selema and the High Priestess suggests that this is a time in this month that you will have some realizations, some things that come to you either intuitively, a dream, maybe you see something that just makes you feel it's symbolic of something. So I feel like that could be about, this return of hope or hopeful people in your life. It could be that you sense that, or that after that happens, what you feel is that sense of things kind of clicking and making sense in a way.
And the Queen of Cups reversed is just, to me, you need to really try to do things to uplift your spirits and bring that positive energy to light. The Queen of Cups indicates, kind of dealing more with the loss, those spilled cups in this reading, rather than the cups that are standing. And so you have to realize that all is not lost, and you need to maintain more of a positive attitude of moving forward now. So don't allow your emotions to sabotage your efforts at making progress.
I like that. I like that a lot because I feel like that Queen of Cups is probably dwelling on what was lost or not realized with the Five of Cups. And maybe that gives a different kind of sense to the High Priestess then, that you may begin, or in August, have sort of a certain feeling about it, like it was destiny or you realize what happened. But later on, you may really be feeling that sense of loss or being upset, not really being able to figure your emotions out on this. In other words, the sense of the loss, or whatever that means, may accumulate over the month's time.
Yeah, I know you've been struggling with unemployment for quite a while. So
Yeah.
I have to say, with the birds in the coffin, and this is not anything to do with employment, and maybe nothing even to do with what I've said here, but maybe in some way it does, and I'll get to that. The birds in the coffin indicate to me that you might hear of the passing of someone. Whether it's an old friend, a family member, maybe an elderly person, maybe somebody in the neighborhood you live that you know. But I do feel that could happen in the month of August. And, when we had this card here and Mr. O brought up that somebody might be coming back into your life, it's possible that somebody could be calling you to tell you that news. But beyond that, for this card, I really do feel some opportunities possibly will be coming to you in August. It could be job or it could be something else, but look for something positive to happen. And now that Mercury is going direct, August looks to be a much better month than July was.
We certainly hope so for you.
So good luck with that. And Libra's up.
Hi, Libra, and this is so fun because a lot of times you're the very first one in the chat room, so you're the first reading, but I don't remember you ever being our last reading.
Maybe once in a while when we had to put you at the back of the list, maybe.
Well, but I wasn't thinking of it that way. But anyway, here we are.
All right. And Libra, did you leave a question? Because I didn't. Oh, yes, you did.
They said general.
I have it here. No, it's not general.
Okay, I'll just look for it then.
I have
can
it.
do that.
There it is.
Did I meet MJB in my past life?
It says mob. I can't help spell check. Good grief.
Good thing I was able to scroll and get the correct question.
And did it change it here? Yes, it did. It changed it in notes. Doggone it.
And that will be our evening then. We will be pretty much right up to 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I know it's MJB. Spell check just overrides everybody. And I'm really getting tired of it. It's only worse since they've added AI to the equation. And it's really not helpful. In my opinion.
Ooh, MJB in a past life. Okay, our first card is the Knight of Wands.
Whoa.
I love that one. Look at that. Fiery and bright.
Is MJB a fire sign by chance? Go ahead, put the rest out.
The next one is the reverse Three of Swords, and I love that image of voodoo doll. But it's reversed, so that's good.
Cute. Yeah, I remember that.
And our final card is the reverse Nine of Cups. So I don't think that means no, but maybe it means like something else. Who knows?
Well, are we dealing, did they know each other in a past life? So we're looking at this as the past life, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess we could. I mean, that's one way to look at it.
That's what I'm thinking. And so let me get the Lenormand.
Well, it's funny
here.
you say that, too, because when I saw the Knight of Wands, I thought this might represent MJB.
So they are Capricorn. Okay, all right. Well, that's ambitious, and I can see that energy in the Knight of Wands as well.
So we have the bouquet.
And maybe they were a fire sign in that past life.
There you go. Hedging your bets as always. And the lily in the bouquet. Whoop, how did I do that?
Yeah, I don't know. There. Okay. So, with the Knight of Wands, it seems as though they were in a past life of yours. I just feel that way. I feel here that that it was an intense presence in your life, in that, there was a lot of energy in this relationship between the two of you, and a lot of forward movement. You may have endured some sorrows together that you had to overcome. Maybe you had some sorrows between each other that you had to overcome. But you came through, I think, this cycle of grief. And when I look at, what is that?
It's the Nine of Cups reversed.
Right. And the Knight of Cups reversed indicates to me that it could be, again, I almost feel like it could be one or the other here, that either you both didn't complete each other completely as you had hoped. I mean, I feel here that something was lacking or disappointing in this relationship. At least at times in the relationship. I don't think it maybe colored the whole relationship, but there were times that you really you weren't able to achieve what you wanted with, out of either your relationship or your life together. It could be some hardships you faced in your life together. Because I do think you had a longer term relationship with this person, and that there was a lot of joy between the two of you, but something in your life, brought you a lot of grief and struggle. So, I do think you did know each other.
Libra, I'm not going to mince words. I think there's definitely some karma stuff going on in this situation here. And I actually wonder if you two were connected in more than just one or two past lives. I get the feeling like the Knight of Wands is sort of saying, this is a person that keeps moving into your life, whatever life it is. I don't necessarily know that it was couples, but maybe sometimes it was, and I realize that maybe there were other people that, could have been coupled in your life, whether they were soulmates or the same thing. So I sort of feel like that was a possibility, or at least in one particular life that maybe we're sort of seeing here. And that Three of Swords reversed, it sort of indicates that there was some tensions in the relationship, maybe some back and forth stuff. And the Nine of Cups reversed, there was still karma or destiny remaining. You did not really achieve something, and that's why maybe the cycle continues and why you come back to another life with MJB.
That Nine of Cups, I never went into the other thing I wanted to say about that. Nine of Cups has another connotation that could be interesting here. Sometimes it's like overindulgence. And so were you guys too immersed with each other that you couldn't face up to some of the hardships you had to go through? Was there also some kind of an addictive, codependent quality to this relationship? I can't rule that out either.
Sometimes the Nine of Cups reversed indicates that you don't achieve satisfaction from the same emotional highs or weights or things that normally people would. This could say that the relationship had that sometimes the relationship just really didn't feel like it was going somewhere, but there was some sort of karma there.
And like I said, did you cover the Lenormand at all? Because I really feel that was kind of indicating to me there was a long-term relationship that for the most part, you cared about each other a lot. You treated each other mostly in a good manner, because there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of happiness, and a lot of giving and sharing going on here.
Right, those two Lenormands, I like it when we get two flowers like that. It really feels like this was this particular one, but maybe some of the other ones too that you may have been, because I feel that really were not like short-term relationships. They were like lifelong relationships or very long relationships, long-time relationships. that
That's
we're
what
happy
we have
the
for you.
most
And
part.
gee, we haven't done a past life reading in a while, so that was pretty good. I mean,
You're
it wasn't
welcome.
a succinct past life, but it does show, I feel, that you probably did have a pretty deep past life together. And he suggests more, and I can't argue with that. I like what he said about that Knight of Wands there. So good luck with that, Libra, and good luck going forward. All right, that's what we have for everybody. And look at that. We ended on time. But of course, we had less people. But of course, we had a birthday reading too, and we still managed to pull it off, Mr. O.
Aw.
So, and some good news, some bad news, some in-between news tonight. I mean, we never know what to expect with the tarot, but we hope that, what we had to say resonated with all of you.
Thank
And
you,
don't
everyone.
keep us your dirty little secret. We want to get more people to our shows. So do let the world know we're here and we are your secret weapon.
All right now.
Take care, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful night ahead, and we hope to see you all real soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.